What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Just out here today with my UDR. It's been a long time since I ran this truck. I figured I'd do a brief overview of how I have this thing set up and show a little bit of running video. It's a really kind of nasty, rainy, but still nice fall day. It's about 50 degrees out. But I do have this nice kind of shelter here at the park, so this is a cool spot just to come and rip around and stay out of the rain a little bit. Yeah, let me go over this truck, guys, and I'll show you what I got going on with this thing. And like I said, no big deal with the video today, just something you've probably seen in the past. I haven't done too much to this in a while, haven't run it in a while, so I'm just trying to kill some batteries that I had charged up for what my plans were yesterday. That didn't really work out. So I just want to run these batteries down. Just running it on 4S, 6200, 4S CNHL battery. It goes pretty good on 4S. I think if I geared it up a little bit, I would actually like to run this on 4S more, just because on 6S, it tends to kind of break things. Things wear out a lot quicker. The rear drive shaft wears out pretty quick on this truck, and I'll show you in a second. I just had to replace it before this run today. But let me get you in here, guys, and show you what I got going on. Okay, so right off the bat, I got this heat wave body that I put on. This is, I guess, the tough color, comes black, and you just, these stickers were, this whole sticker kit was pretty involved to put on without getting a ton of like bubbles and ripples and stuff in it. But came out really good. It's a little beat up now. The UDR body takes a beating. This truck is pretty heavy, so anytime you roll over, it just gets all scuffed up and scraped up and stuff. And I did reinforce this with my new preferred method, which is just a thin layer of shoe goo on the inside. Let it tack up, like dry to the touch but not fully dry, and then line the entire inside with Gorilla Tape. And the Gorilla Tape really adheres to the shoe goo, and it works super well. And it's way quicker than doing the drywall mesh, and just a lot easier, right? So anyway, Vitavon aluminum wheels. It does have mud flaps on it. I know someone asked me in a previous video what brand these were. See this body? It really takes a beating no matter what you do back here. But I will look this up. They are 3D printed, and they kind of mount like that. I'll put a link in the description below. I don't even know if they're still in business. I'm not positive. These were on this. I got this truck lightly used, and it had a lot of modifications done already. So I will figure out what brand these are. I do still have the package that it came in. Luckily, the guy gave me all the packaging for all the stuff he did to this. I did some stuff since then, but some of this stuff was done. It does have the rear vertical tire mount on it. This is from Afroluca, which I don't think are in business anymore. I'm not positive on that, but I know you had to like chop out, a good amount of the rear area here to fit that in. Pretty much standard Traxxas light kit. Not too much else going on here. This front kind of skid plate here was part of a larger stainless steel kit that covered the entire bottom of the chassis, but I was having issues with it. It kept falling off on the battery tray, and I just really didn't see the point of having it under there. I'd rather have the plastic chassis kind of just glides across like rocks and stuff a little bit easier. And I wanted to try to make this thing a little bit lighter. This originally had aluminum rear trailing arms on it, but they were pretty heavy, and I just really didn't see the use for them. These are the RPM trailing arms, and I really like these. They're pretty lightweight. They seem super beefy compared to the stock ones, and they come with this replaceable skid on the bottom. Just kind of a sacrificial part, so if you do scrape the crap out of this, it's going to be fine. The drive shaft, like I mentioned, these things wear out. There's a lot of suspension travel, and you get a lot, this is at a pretty extreme angle, so when you're running this car a lot, these, the joint right here tends to get sloppy and worn out. So if you can keep these clean and put in some type of dry lube, that helps a lot. You don't want to use any kind of wet lube that's going to attract dirt and grime and stuff. But yeah, these, you got to figure, this is going to be a consumable part. You're going to be replacing these pretty often. You can see here, I do have my, the LX shocks, real like functional bypass shocks on here. And I do get a lot of questions. You could go back and look at my previous videos on these guys, the assembly and everything, but they're super cool. They look really scaled. They have leaked a little bit of oil over time. Just having this thing sit on the shelf, I had some oil weep out of the seals. I did just build up a set of these, the smaller version, the 10 scale version for my hammer ray for the front. And they came with a new like X-ring seal. So I'm not sure if I can get that. I'll have to contact them, see if I can get a new seal for this. And maybe that's going to be better than the one that's in here. I can't really remember what the seal looked like in this thing, but yeah, overall, they're super cool. Like I said, they're low on oil right now. So in the running video here, you're probably gonna see the rear end's a little bit bouncy. I definitely need to go and do a little rebuild on these, but I don't want to do it until I get the seals. Just running some hot racing limit straps here. Stock ones are fine. I don't know that it's a huge deal on these. I like these better because they don't stretch. The stock ones are mainly just for looks. This is like a much more like a durable nylon material, and it will actually kind of prevent the suspension from overextending. Other than that, let's see, in the front, again, if you want to check out my other videos, on the front secondary dampers, I do have a variable rate damping kit, which basically means it slows the compression down more. It slows the shock down more on compression than it does on rebound. It has like a little kind of a flapper valve, for lack of a better term, inside that blocks 2 of the piston ports on compression, but it allows all 4 of the ports to flow oil on the rebound. So you get a much faster rebound, but you can stiffen up the compression. And I had done the same on the rear. It works extremely well. I'll try to put links in that below. If you have questions specifically, I could point you in the direction of the right kit for that. Even with the stock secondary dampers on the rear, you can put it in the shock or the non-sprung damper. I prefer in the non-sprung damper just because it's easier to service those and work on those if you want to fool around with the settings. It's easier just to pull those off. Let's see, what else do we got? Little window nets here. I believe these might be like 3D printed as well. The mirror on this side is missing. This mirror here, the driver can at least see. So, you know, that's the important part. We want to keep it safe here, guys. Other than that, what else? I mean, it's a stock motor, stock ESC. I did install a fan. I don't know if I made a video on that or not, but there's some info online. You actually have to drill like a little round hole with a hole saw on the top part of the chassis above the motor and mount the fan in that. So you can hear it running. I do have a motor fan on here. Just if you're running this on 6S in like summer temperatures, it does get really hot. I even had an issue with battery connectors getting hot. And that's what I'm saying, guys. This is a heavy rig. When you start installing all the aluminum stuff, aluminum wheels alone add a lot of weight to this thing. It's rotational weight, puts a lot more strain on the motor and electronics. And if you're blasting this thing on 6S in hot weather, it creates a lot of heat. You definitely want to get like a motor fan on that thing. Other than that, which, you know, I kind of like running this on 4S. It's cool. Like for making videos and stuff, it's great because it has a very like scale look to it. And it's just easier to get some cool shots if the truck is doing, you know, 10 miles an hour as opposed to 40 miles an hour. So, that's just me. I kind of just like some of the scale stuff, especially for doing videos. This thing is a blast on 6S though. It really rips. I don't know, guys. I was actually like in my mind, I just got like a pretty sick hammer ray and I was like, oh man, maybe I'll sell the UDR. Man, there's a lot of crud in here. Maybe I'll sell the UDR just to recoup some of the money. I hadn't planned on buying the hammer ray, but I came across a really good deal I couldn't pass up. But after running this today, man, it is such a cool, fun truck and it looks amazing. It's so freaking scale and detailed and like, it's just over the top. So I really like this thing. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, one more thing, guys. These are just the stock plastic wheels and tires. They're just painted to match the Vidavans. I wouldn't spend the money on aluminum spares. You know, these are like 50 bucks each. And then also the added weight. I wouldn't want to add that much more weight to the back. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention, does have a GPM rear sway bar. I had the front on there. I kept having issues where the front, I forget what it was. I think the front uses an extremely thin, you know, the portion of the sway bar, the actual bar that connects the two. It's very thin. I don't know that it honestly really even does much. I mean, it kind of looked cool in there, but I don't know. I took it out and it's fine. I don't really see a huge point in running that. So, yeah, other than that, that's it.